Hey, what is up, everyone? Happy Thanksgiving break to everybody who is just starting their break. I'm just, I have a pretty packed schedule this week because it is a week of vacation, which means a week of classes on my side for students who are seeking additional help. And what that means is today's office hours is going to be very quick. I'm going to do office hours for everyone for the next 20 minutes, and then office hours for members only for the 20 minutes after that. Then I have another class right away. So, uh, if you are just joining, let me know by saying hi in the chat. Sometimes the YouTube dashboard is a little glitchy and doesn't show me the right number for who's in the chat. Right now, it looks like nobody's here, so I will probably. Oof. Just chill for a bit. Just have a bunch of things to do. I think I need to relocate my mic, but okay. Um, yeah, I'm just sort of getting going right now, so let me sort of gather myself real quick. So if you are just joining, let me know what's on your mind, and I'll come and help you to the best of my ability. And if no one chats, I'm just gonna focus on just going through some. Right now, it's the morning for me, so I'm just gonna go through my Discord server chats and catch up on what happened overnight. Okay, one more time. Whenever you are, if you're just joining the chat, I'll be multitasking and doing some other things, which I'm showing to you on the screen. But if you're just joining us, let me know. Just say hi and ask me whatever is on your mind. Ooh, what the? Did I put Toni Morrison's Beloved at any point here? I want to read Beloved. All right, I'm slightly overwhelmed, so I'm just gonna stick it at the end. Okay, again, I am checking the chat. I'm just multitasking. So if you have any questions for me, this is office hours. You can talk about whatever you want. Meanwhile, I'm gonna start Wordle. Let's go. By the way, I am in Asia, so this Wordle will definitely spoil yours if you are a Wordler. So, and if you are in the States, I am a full day ahead of you. So, spoiler alert for Wordle. Okay. Scorn, Splorn. Are we talking about books or True Random Gamer? I remember your name. I remember your name. I don't remember where I. Um, First of all, any topic is fair game, but I think most people, when they come to office hours, they know that I'm a SAT/English tutor. So they usually have. Questions about. So mostly my streams that are the most popular are the SAT related streams. Um, so people usually ask me about English questions, but I am happy to talk about books. Or I just watched Arcane, and I had a lot of feelings about Arcane. I'm happy to talk about Arcane, literally. like, I'm also playing. You know what? Maybe this is something I should just incorporate into my weekly posts or something. But I should just update everyone on what I'm reading and playing and watching. I'm working my way very slowly through Outer Wilds. Extremely slowly though, because I just don't have a lot of time. But Outer Wilds, amazing experience so far. Um, and then I just finished Arcane season 2, which I had a lot of thoughts about. Not as negative as some of the Redditors, but it was definitely hard for me to contain some of my many negative reactions. But also a lot of positives in Arcane. Very mixed bag there. So I'm trying to process Arcane right now, and I'm trying to figure out. Uh, I'm trying to. You know what? Maybe I need to write a little script that I can just stick into chat when the chat is dead, so that everyone knows that I'm pretty much open to anything. But so you're giving me the idea that I should have like a copy pasta for this. But yes, so Arcane season 2. Okay, so feelings about that, and then and right now I'm reading a sports nonfiction, which is The Cubs Way, about the Cubs breaking their curse in 2016. This is American baseball. American baseball. I started saying American football, so then now I'm just adding the word American in front of other. Anyway, baseball, and then the MLB, and then I'm also reading. I'm finishing off Anna Karenina. This is my third time reading this book. Finishing it off. I'm in like the last 100 pages for Anna Karenina. I also have another book on the back. I have two other books on the back burner. I have a poetry book that I just downloaded a sample of, and I have a Ta-Nehisi Coates set of essays that I started, but then I paused because I'm just doing too many things right now. So yeah, that's me in terms of my, what's like the word? Is there like a word that isn't content? My content consumption, fucking content. But that's me and my readings and watchings and playings. Okay. So yeah, let me know what you guys are reading and watching and playing. Oh, what? Oh wait, that makes sense though that you are rereading it because of you finding my video. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, yeah. So, but yes, I'm happy to talk about SAT, but I'm also happy to talk about anything, including just my feelings on Anna Karenina. That said, today again, this is Thanksgiving break, so I'm actually gonna write this out real quick. periodic reminder. And you know, I should write this as a copy pasta. So I'm gonna actually write this little bit of. I'm gonna do it in front of you here. Reminder. How should I say this? Office hours is open to, maybe I'll be more direct. Actually, I don't really, it's so open-ended. It feels kind of like wishy-washy. But that's what office hours is. You just come and ask me about whatever you have on your mind. You can ask me whatever's on your mind. I'm an English tutor, so there's that. But I'm also reading, watching, and playing things. So we can chill. We can shoot the shit too. Shoot the shit. Should that literally be should that literally be my copy pasta? Alright, whatever. Watching. Playing. Alright. I mean, here I oh, that's too long for the YouTube chat? Is that for real? Oh, interesting. I didn't know that. I didn't know there was like a word limit. Consuming? Office hours. You can ask me whatever's on your mind. Okay, I have to cut down on words. But guys, again, I don't have a lot of time today because of Thanksgiving break. This means all the students are out of school, and that means some of them are employing me for the educational services, which means I have to have I have a class in 40 minutes. I'm gonna probably do this stream for another 15 minutes, and then I'm gonna move into the members only stream for about 25 minutes today, and then I'm back. You can ask me whatever's on your mind. I'm an English tutor, so there's that, but I'm also reading, writing. You know what? It's probably better not to do copy pasta. It's probably better. I'm just debating with myself at this point. Mind. Fuck it, I'm overthinking now at this point. What happened to my... All right, that's good enough for now. I'll figure it out later. Okay. Favorite story? Let's get back to you. So, favorite story. Favorite story. Favorite story. Favorite story. Favorite story. Story is really broad. I mean, that's like across many media. Do I have a single favorite story? I mean, I'm not really that much of a story guy. I know there's people who are more narratively inclined than me. Like I'm not, you know, there are people who think about stories more than me. And actually, a lot of English people, like a lot of English teachers and tutors, they're very story oriented. But I'm actually not. I'm more of a I don't know. I'm more of a language person, if that makes sense. I'm more of a poet person. So I don't like have a ranking of stories in my head. I have impressions and feelings. Like first thing that comes to mind for some reason is Spirited Away. I just love Spirited Away, or Jenga Shiro, Chiro. Um, kind of, you know why that one comes up? It's because that came up from the era, the part of my life where I actually had these stories. Like I was kind of ranking stories back in my 20s. So Spirited Away was one of them. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking about it. What's recently? There's so many stories. Yeah. Also, yeah, but no, this is a good question because I actually think I probably should have my own stories. Ba ba ba. Continue without supporting us. Gladiator. I do like Gladiator. I mean, it's been a long time since I've seen it, but these days Wicked is really popular, so I probably should look into it. And then don't they have like a best film of each year? Best films of each year? Letterboxed. I haven't been watching. You know what? You know what? Part of the problem is the part of the problem is that I actually haven't been watching a lot of movies, and I haven't been reading a lot of books in the last maybe 5-ish years. So I've been kind of out of it, which has been sort of it's something I'm trying to correct. What the hell was I doing for the last 5 years? Well, I won't really get into that right now, but uh, oh, look at Spirited Away coming out here. Interesting, but this is not the kind of list I was looking for. Um, Here we go. Yeah. Right now with poetry is a little different because I don't really rank it either, but there's just like poems that I've like memorized. You know, like Robert Frost, I actually love. As cliche as it might sound, E. Cummings. This is kind of like connecting more to like what high school students may know. E. Cummings, Robert Frost, but then we move into Wallace Stevens, Walt Whitman. I love Walt Whitman, and Kenneth Koch. I've never really gotten that into like the British, the English poets, even though I've read the big ones. Um, but when we get into the English poets, uh, John Donne. Um, I mean Shakespeare. You can't. I mean he's a poet, obviously. So, but you don't like. He's kind of his own thing. uh, let's see. And I'm just going through this right now, and I haven't watched a lot. I'm not really a movie buff, so there's a bunch I haven't seen, and this also is formatted in such a crap way. Um, okay, The Godfather. I should probably rewatch Godfather. It's so good. Um, I think if I rewatch Godfather again, that would probably be my third time. Whiplash. I don't know about Whiplash, man. Um, Also, Dune. I don't know about Dune, man. God, I respect ambition, and so I will never throw shade. Oh wow, to revive that word, on Dune and Arcane for the ambition, but sometimes it just doesn't hold. It just doesn't hold together. I should probably rewatch Apocalypse Now. It's been a long time. It's been like at least a decade since I've watched Apocalypse Now. I also had the Vietnam War in my head for some reason, relatively recently. Oh, maybe because I'm in Vietnam. But anyway, yeah. So Apocalypse Now, Spirit Away, one of my favorites. Portrait of a Lady on Fire. I was a little sleepy when I watched this, but this was I was actually really sleepy when I watched this, so I actually didn't fully absorb what I was watching. But I want to watch that again. Oh, this reminds me of yeah. I mean, damn, I have been reading and watching a couple things. recently we've Greta Gerwig with like Lady Bird and what did she do? Oh, she did Barbie, right? I actually never watched Barbie. Uh, Little Woman. Little Woman was so good. Little Woman, that's what I was looking for. For some reason, now I'm just starting to remember movies again. Okay, so there's Gravity, which I loved. Hey, Synthetic, what's up? Oh, wow, long time. It's been a long time since I've seen you. Welcome back to stream. Um, Favorite writer? Yeah, so I'm kind of curious, gamer. Like, what are some of your favorites? Because you're obviously very interested, and you're pretty a voracious consumer, as far as I can tell. Um, I watched Terminator 2 recently, and you know what? I just kind of I love the sort of 90s. I guess Terminator 2 is 2000s technically, but Terminator 1 and 2, I kind of miss that age of Hollywood. Uh, it was kind of like you take the cliches, and maybe it's just sentimental, but for cliches, I just the way that the 90s and the 2000s just dealt with the tropes of literature. I think it was kind of like a blissful time when you had a bunch of writers who actually did a bunch of reading. You know, you could tell that they've read, and they're taking like during high school and college they were doing a lot of reading, and then they were incorporating that. And Terminator 2 probably isn't. I mean, this is David Cameron, right? I don't think David Cameron gives me a lot of readerly vibes personally, um, but not nothing either. I mean, obviously he's very sci-fi oriented, and maybe that's the reason why I don't really get the pick up on the illusions, because I haven't read a lot of genre fiction, and so I'm actually really starting to debate whether I should plunge into. Did I say David Cameron? What the heck did I say? James Cameron is what I meant. Thank you for correcting me. I think I said the wrong name earlier, but. Yeah, but I'm starting to think I should probably read some sci-fi and properly get into it. I did read, Ted Chiang, but that's the sort of like literary sci-fi that all the people in the literary world read. I probably should just read like straight up geek sci-fi, like world building, super dry, fucking long, multi-volume sci-fi. My friends, my college friends, been recommending me some works by I think Sanderson was it for a while. So I'm like, I just been procrastinating like crazy. Yeah. So. Oh, Stephen King and McCarthy. Okay, yeah, McCarthy. I just read Blood Meridian maybe like a year ago. Wow. Wow, Blood Meridian, insane. And I read The Road maybe like 5 years ago or something like that. Maybe 8 years ago, a longer time ago. But wow, Blood Meridian, like it's kind of like punch you. It's not just punch you in the teeth, dude. Blood Meridian's just uh it I, it is such an expression of violence and American violence, and kind of it's quite I probably should have written out a full review. Maybe what am I doing with my life if I'm not actually writing out my thoughts, right? Um, it is it especially if you're kind of versed in other cultures, like if you're not only American, like Blood Meridian, I think kind of encapsulates something about being American. The sort of we have Blood Meridian made me want to watch the classic westerns, which I've never had a period in my life where I went back and watched all the westerns. But um, we have this sort of American myth of like enterprise and exploration, and but really, the McCarthyian version of it, or McCarthyite version of it, is um, is extremely brutal and kind of really examines what's really at the heart of man, and it's pretty terrifying the way he portrays us. Um, and yeah, I don't know. It's hard for me to put words to it because I haven't thought about it in a bit. But it's such an intense experience, and I think everyone. I think you need to kind of build up your reading chops. So if there's any student here that ends up seeing this video, I don't think it's easy. It's really not easy to read McCarthy. Like if you struggle on SAT poetry passages, dude, you are gonna struggle hella hard on 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 Blood Meridian. Might help if you actually listen to the audiobook. Actually, the audiobook will help you get through it if you kind of like go back and forth. But I would strongly recommend having, if you are a student that wants to get into harder literature, Blood Meridian is going to be really hard. But if you're very ambitious, I will never knock your ambitions. I will never say no to your ambitions. I would recommend to get into it, flip flop between the audiobook and just the personal reading, because you don't want to 100% rely on the audiobook because you want to challenge your reading and you want to improve your reading. But also, wait, what was I going to say? I think that was the main thing I was going to say, right? No, I felt like I had another thought, but it's the morning. Um, Dude, I don't know. So yeah, audiobook, Blood Meridian, go back and forth between them. Amazing, freaking insane. Maybe read a couple essays about it first, just to kind of get what thematically what it is. And this is the other thing I was going to say. And also have a backup reading, okay? Like scaffold your reading so that so that every time you think of reading, you're not just reading only this extremely painful book. Also have something lighter to read so you can fall back on it whenever you're like running out of energy, so that you don't like lose steam overall on your reading. So that would be my recommendation if you are trying to be ambitious with your reading. These are always the best writers. Penetrate the heart of the human condition. McCarthy is insane. There's been some there's been some hubbub on Twitter about McCarthy, and like on some, I don't know which article there's some, the Atlantic or something. I don't know. Something came out. I didn't read it, so I don't really know what the conundrum, the hubbub is about. But the commotion is what I'm looking for. The the yeah, Blood Meridian, insane. I have to move on to the members only stream because I don't have a lot of time before I get into the my classes. I'm also kind of, I don't know what it is. I just got really frazzled somehow. Maybe I'm just probably thinking of too many things at once. So guys, just to remind you guys what office hours is, every week, same time, except this time I had to adjust a little bit because of Thanksgiving break. Every week, same time, I come around, just open my office to anyone who wants to ask me questions. You could ask me questions on SAT, college applications, on anything from your English classes. I can help you with your homework, whatever. Just come back at the same time this week. I'll be here. And then I move on to the members only section of the office hours stream. This is just to show support by extending my office hours for people who are supporting my channel. So if you want to support my channel, my general plans for this channel is like big picture. I'm gonna continue creating SAT content, but I will start moving into LSAT at some point. I'm juggling too many things right now, but I do need to, before my brain shrivels any further, because I am getting older, I'm not getting any younger, I need to take on the LSAT, which is way harder. And I can already tell that at my age, I'm not as quick as I used to be. So I want to get that all on the internet before my brain can't handle it. So the LSAT, the GMAT. Like God, I probably should have done this like 5 years ago already. Like it's already kind of too late, but I'm gonna do those tests, the reading tests, and just show you how to navigate those as well. I'm gonna be doing that probably. I'm not talking about the next 3 months. I'm talking about literally the next 2 years. It's gonna take a while, but I'm gonna get through the LSAT and GMAT and other stuff. And besides that, I'll be squeezing in. I don't know. I'm kind of still experimental. I mean, just now the random gamers joining because I did like a little writing exercise, so maybe I'll do more of those. So I'm an English tutor. You know, you can ask me a bunch of questions about various things. I read it, I read and I watch and I play. You know, so not as much as I want to, but I do. So we can talk about that as well. Okay, so I'll see you guys next week. Until next time, keep on learning, keep on growing, and any members who are out there, I'll be seeing you in the members only stream right now. Peace.